My colleague in the House for inviting me to speak. I hadn't originally planned to speak, so I don't have anything written here. This is all off the cuff, but I just want to thank you all for coming out tonight for this vigil, for a show of support for the community. The Nepali community is very important to me here in New Hampshire. So yeah, when a few years ago I used to tutor members of the community for the citizenship test. So yeah, unfortunately a lot of them have now moved out to Columbus, Ohio, or to Pennsylvania, but a lot of them still have friends here, so they're still very much a part of the community. And part of what makes this particular issue important to me is I think it's really part of a worldwide moment of crackdowns on protests. You know, we here in America, we generally up until now, we've very strongly valued the freedom to protest and to call for change, like with policies that we disagree with. You know, you see this in other countries too. Indonesia, for example, is another country that has had widespread protests met with police brutality. And Bangladesh too recently changed their government in the face of widespread protest. You know, freedom of speech is really fundamental to a functioning democratic society. There's a quote commonly misattributed to Voltaire that was actually invented by one of his biographers, you know, that said, I may disagree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it. And I think that's applicable here. If you look at the underlying social media legislation involved, I think that was actually pretty reasonable, but still students should be able to protest it and say they disagree with it without having fear of being shot by police or any other military or anything like that. So yeah, from one protester to another community of protesters, you have my solidarity and my prayers that Nepal will be able to come to a peaceful resolution, and that the country will once again be able to be stable allies with us here in the U.S. Because Nepal is a very important country, and you have my prayers and support. So thank you all again. And
I now recognize the president of New Hampshire Nepali community, Mr. Lakpa Sherpa.
Thank you all for being here tonight. There are so many people here, maybe non-Nepali speakers, so I'm gonna say something in English and then maybe Nepali. So dear friends, on behalf of New Hampshire Nepali community, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight. Your presence here shows the strength of our community and our shared compassion to the people of Nepal. The young lives we remember tonight were full of hopes and courage. They spoke for justice. They spoke for justice. They dreamed for a better nations, and their sacrifice must never be forgotten. Though we live far from our native Nepal, our hearts remain close. When we gather like this, we send a clear message. We stand with the youth of Nepal. We stand for peace, and we stand for change. Let us keep their memory alive, not only our prayers, but in our actions by supporting justice and good governance whenever we can. Tonight, together, let us believe and work towards the day when Nepal will have peace and stability. Thank you, and may peace prevail in Nepal and in our world. Thank you so much for being here tonight once again.